Welcome back to In Focus. Hide your wives and definitely hide your kids because Halloween is just around the corner. And what was once a fun holiday to play dress up and get some free candy is now just another opportunity for perverts to flaunt their bodies at little kids. At least that's what's happening here in San Diego. This month, a group named Trans Family Support Services has partnered with the Hillcrest Business Association to put together the Queer Fest free Halloween party for youth and families. On their website, they proudly advertise their event as the event that includes a family-friendly drag show, games, trick-or-treating, and a costume contest. There will be age-appropriate, so-called, activities for children and youth of all ages. But what they forgot to include was that there's no such thing as a kid-friendly watch adults dance around naked show. And to present it as such is sickening and it's wrong. Here with us now to discuss this is host of the Dreaded Patriots, Lou Uradell. Lou, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me on, Addison.
So this is something that you've been following and keeping up with. I mean, this is just rotten to the core. And they're not ashamed of it, this boo bash that is being put on. Who all is sponsoring this? Who all is involved? And are San Diego taxpayers paying for this?
So yeah, I first learned about it when the Encinitas School District sent out flyers to parents, and they promoted this as the queerest drag show, family friendly for kids. And one of the craziest things we noticed was who was actually sponsors of this. They're sending these flyers out basically with our tax dollars. You got to imagine there's some kind of kickback for these schools actually sending kids to an event that's sponsored by a surgical center that performs surgeries, these transgender surgeries on kids. It's nefarious at the very least to put these kids out there, and it's at I believe a gay bar is one of the sponsors. Not that it matters, it's a gay bar, it's a bar.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you saw a family-friendly strip show for strippers? I wouldn't want my kids going to a strip mall or a strip show, whatever it is. I wouldn't want my kids going to a trans whatever drag show either.
Yeah. Well, and you say, what is there such thing as a family-friendly strip show? According to the left, there is. According to the left, all strip shows, all drag shows are family-friendly. And when they say family-friendly, what they really mean is it's going to achieve what we want to happen to the family. We want to destroy the family. We want to corrupt these little kids. We want to erode. I mean, Black Lives Matter. They said it best when they put on their website they want to disrupt the Western nuclear family, and they're taking all avenues. They've done it with BLM. Now they're transitioning mostly to no pun intended, right? Transitioning to these drag shows, transgenderism, gender ideology. That's what they're doing to destroy the nuclear family.
Look, there's no such thing as a trans child.
Right.
You can't be, there's no wrong or right way to be a boy or a girl.
Right.
And it's inherently evil and wrong to tell a kid they're born in the wrong body just because they don't fit in with like boys like Tonka trucks and girls like Barbie dolls. How many girls grow up as tomboys or boys aren't really into shoot 'em up games or construction toys? That doesn't mean you have to get a gender surgery and start cutting off body parts. Yeah. These surgeries are permanent and irreversible. I want to ask these people who support this, what do you say to these kids when they have this surgery and they cut something permanently off their body? What do you say to them in a year or two when the kid says, you know what, that was just a phase I was going through. That was just something that, I don't know, what do I do now?
Yeah.
You're going to hear crickets because they don't have anything to say. They just want to do the destruction and keep pushing their agenda.
Yeah, and there's a very large online community called the detransitioner movement of countless, hundreds, thousands of kids and adults who are saying, hey, this got a grip on me. I've now, destroyed my chances of having a family. I got a double mastectomy or I got my private parts chopped off. I regret all of it. Those voices are not heard out by the mainstream media, and the left actively suppresses them. I know some of these forums they've been shadow banned and suppressed online. Those are the voices of people who have been victims of this ideology, victims of these perverted doctors and these sick medical institutions, which have really just become these crony capitalists trying to line their pockets.
That's exactly what it is. This isn't a support gay thing. This isn't a support trans thing. This is a supporting an evil agenda to try and destroy youth and destroy the family nucleus. There's so many gay people out there. You look at Gays Against Groomers. They're out there actively protesting against the perversion of our kids. That's what they're doing. And I'd like to ask these school districts that are sending these flyers out to people, when was the last time they sent out a flyer sponsored by a Christian organization, sponsored by a church?
You can't.
Right? Because when does it become so controversial to be a church, be a Christian? But it's not controversial to have permanent and irreversible mutilation of our children? They're pushing out. That's what happens when you push God out of the schools.
Yeah.
We need more God. We need more Jesus. We need more prayer in the schools.
They've pushed God out of the schools, the Christian God, but there's still very much religion in the schools. There's no, the separation of church and state. We got to keep them separate. The left doesn't keep it separate at all. It's just the religion of secular progressivism that's in the school now. But you cannot teach anything having to do with the religion that this nation was founded on. The font of all wisdom, the Bible. If a teacher brought that into class and started reading from it, he would be fired. But that same teacher could go in and tell kids, hey, here's your new pronouns. I'm going to teach you how to be a girl. I'm going to teach little Tommy how to be little Jane. And you're all going to design
and you won't tell your parents about it.
Yeah, and we'll hide all of it from the parents. So there's one thing that you cannot teach, and that is in my humble opinion, the correct thing.
And that's what happened. That's how this happens.
Yeah.
That's how this evil gets into. And that's what every parent out there needs to go to the school boards. They need to protest this stuff. They need to go to these events. They need to protest these events. We need to stand up and fight against this evil that's kind of seeping into our nation. Because we sit back as parents and say, it's not really my fight. I don't have kids in school, or I do have kids in school, but I'm still going to trust the schools. That's how this got started.
Yeah.
They kicked out of the school and allowed room for this evil to come in. So now we have to go back. We have to fight back this evil and take a stand as parents, as Christians, against this evil.
They've exchanged the truth of God for a lie. Lou Uredell, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, brother.